So for this video, this is the kind of rundown of things that we're going to do. We're going to change the border color. We're going to add a fix for the items and the colored backgrounds. Remember I said that when the items flash, they don't actually flash properly. So if I bring this up here, let's fire up Unity and I'll show you what I mean. So if I change this to, where are we? There. If I change this to ID1, when we go into this room, you'll see that these blocks here, these are black and they should be on blue. So these are obviously wrong. So when I was playing this game when I was a kid, I actually thought these were lollipops. And I read an interview in Retro Gamer magazine, they're actually snowshoes. So that was what they were supposed to be. Who knew? So anyway, so that's wrong. What we need to do though is, we need to figure out what the background color is. We also have a fix for, we need to fix the unwanted guardians as well, so we'll probably do the same thing that we did with the items there. If they're 255, then you don't show them, because you didn't notice how we get this block up here. We really don't want that block up there. Then we're going to do some code cleanup as well, so separate the controllers, create a better scene layout object, game object thingy. And then finally, if we have time, this might get pushed out to the next video, so I'm trying to keep these within like half an hour. I'm going to do the portal to the next room. So the portal to the next room means if this is flashing, then the portal is active. So that's all. And the border color is going to be fairly easy, because all I want to do is I want to change it to being red, or I want to change it to being blue, or yellow, or white, I think is another option, or cyan as well. So cyan is that kind of color there. So that's the border colors I want to change it to. So so right now we're just going to leave that as magenta. Okay, so let's attack the border color first of all. Alright, so we'll fire up the code. Where is the code? So the code is in here. So we'll get room renderer, room store, all that kind of stuff. They're all in the same object. Maybe we want to kind of separate these things out. Okay, so according to where are we? The border color is just after the conveyor direction and position of animation. Okay, so if we go to room store, border color, there you go. There's the border color there. So I'm going to change that to data dot border color, and of course I'm going to add a property to that, and that is going to. So we still haven't fixed the conveyor belt. That's why that's still to do. Import the position of the items. I think we're done with that one. Okay, so we need to implement the border color somehow. So the border color, if I remember rightly, there's an extension for this. Attribute extensions. Yeah, okay. So there we go. Get paper, get ink. Is there a way to figure it out on the Spectrum screen? Where are we? Spectrum screen. Do we have a public method for this? Get color? Is there a get color? No. Oh, ZX color. There you go. Okay, ZX color. That's the one. Okay, so when we come in the game controller here, I need to add another reference to the camera. So I'm going to do public camera in camera, and we'll set that inside the inspector. And then when we start, I'm going to say just after here, set the border color, and then that's going to be main camera dot background color equals ZX color dot get, and then it's going to be data dot room data border color. And then that should set it for the first room. I think it should be red. So let's see if that works. So right now we're in magenta. So the border color is set to, no, oh yeah, really? Every single time. Okay, so this is the main camera there. I did actually remind myself. Okay, so we'll run it, and we've got a red border. Perfect. So we're getting that red border there. If we go to room 3, let's see what the border color is there. It's still that one. Are they all red? 4. Nope, there you go, there's blue. So blue for Eugene's layer. What's 6? 6 is green. So the border color's changing. And we still need to fix that. Let me just add that to the list. Fix horizontal guardian glitches on later caverns. Okay, so we've done the border color, so that's fixed. Fix for items on colored background. Okay, so fix the colors and items and colored items background. What we need to do for this one is inside the room renderer, we've got the draw items. So we have draw items here. So here is all the items that we're going to draw. And you notice that we take the key attribute, and the key attribute is an integer. But what we want to do is we want to add it to the paper color that's already there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the paper color. So the room paper color is going to be byte, so it's going to be room paper color equals data.blocks, and then it's the block data we want. So I want to find the one that is the background color. I'm not going to get that from there, because if I do like 0 and then I get the block type, actually if I do block 0, that's going to give me that color, isn't it? Key dot attribute. Why am I not getting that? Oh, because that doesn't describe it. Okay, I think I need to get just the paper color at that position, and we can do it that way. So the paper color at that position is going to be data dot room, no, blocks, oh, what did I call it? Special graphics, nope. Air supply blocks, key shape portal room name. How did I draw the room? Where's the draw room? Data attributes, okay. So it's just attributes, okay. So I need this formula here, and then I go to my items, and I get my int from here. So I do key position dot x, and then the same for the y, and that gives me the attribute value at that point. But then, and again, according to the appendix, that's not really what I want. What I actually want is appendix A, color attributes. So I just want the paper color. I don't want anything else. I just want paper and that. So I want everything bar those ones there. Because if it's flashing, maybe we want it to still flash, just in case. So I don't want that there. So I want that's going to be F, and then that's going to be 8, because that's 1, 2, 4, 8. So it's going to be F8 So I'm going to do attribute and equals OX F8, and then attribute or equals key dot attribute. Okay, so we're doing a lot of bit manipulation here, but it's kind of the only way that we can do this. So what I'm saying is I want to take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 leftmost bits, and I want to leave the 3 rightmost bits, because that's the ink color. I'm only interested in changing the ink color. I'm not interested in changing the paper color. So that's the bit pattern. And then I'm going to OR it with the actual ink color that we have here. So the ink color that we have here is the one that's changed, that's cycled through. So we always know that it's going from, you know, those like 5, 4, 6, 3 or whatever it was in the previous video. So now, if we go to room ID 1, which is the cold store, we should end up with a blue background and our flashing values. Or we end up with a crash. Specified color could not be found. Okay, so we're ending up with the same thing again. Why is that doing that? So that is so that's probably ending up with 255 again. Really? Let's see. Because the border thing was working, so we fixed the border. And then we enter flashing here. So our attribute is 8. So why is our attribute 8? Index. Hexadecimal display. Why is that 8? Gee, it'd be nice if it was a binary display. Why? Get the color from that index. See, I don't even know if that's an out of. Get the color. Maybe there's something wrong with my, because that ink there shouldn't be X attribute. Why is that getting set there? Attribute is getting set to that, so F11. So X is that, X is that. So we specify ink, paper. Right, so ink is B, but ink can't be B because. Why is ink B? So ink can only be between 0 and 7, and paper can only be between 0 and 7 as well. So for some unknown reason, this is getting set to. This is not helping the fact it's so far away from there. So fill attribute. So set attribute XY ink paper Fulbright. Okay, so this is getting set. What? Let me set a breakpoint here, and then we'll find out what that attribute actually is at that position. So draw items. Okay. So draw items, room 1, which is the cold store. Okay, so the attribute data at that position is 8, which is right because it is 0 ink, and then the paper is 1. So that's okay. So the attribute at this point should then be 8, which is right. And then the attribute here, the attribute is 0. Okay. Attribute is that. And then position 7. So 7 along, 1 down. That sounds about right. And then setting the attribute goes in here. So the ink is 8, but ink is not 8. Why is ink 8? Oh, because I'm not splitting it out, that's why. Because I have that as 0. So that's my bad. That's a bug on my side, because that is ink there and then paper is there. So that's going to be ink, paper. So I need to split that out. That's my fault. So I'm going to say int ink equals attribute. Actually, it's just going to be key dot attribute. I'm going to make this a lot easier for myself. Ink attribute, and then paper. Why do I have that split out there? Oh, and then I've got bright and flashing as separate ones. Okay. So, and then int paper equals. So in that case, I don't want F888. I want to have. Oh, why did I do it this way? Do I have a set attribute where I can just set it as an attribute? Set attribute, ZX attribute. Okay. And then the ZX attribute takes in. Please let it take in a byte. Oh, it takes in a byte. Okay. Let's do it this way. Alright. So I want to set that attribute to be a mixture of these two attributes. So I'm going to put this back here, and then I'm going to say ZX attribute equals new ZX attribute ATTR. And then instead of all of this, I'm going to paste in attribute. And then I'm going to cast that to a byte. And then everything should be okay, everything should work. All right. This is not knowing your code base from ages ago. Okay. So you notice that Minor Willy is black. Because this room, the default ink is black. So we need to, let me just add that. Minor Willy attributes. So we should fix that as well. So what we also want to do is, oh, there you go, there's a nice bit of color clash as well. Ooh, yeah. Is we also want to check and see if collisions have occurred. So maybe we could do that just now as well in this video, or actually let's leave that to the next video. Okay, so we have what do we got? We have fix for items on a colored background. We've done that one. So the next one is we want to fix the unwanted guardians up here. Okay, so the unwanted guardian, it says this would be horizontal guardians. No, too good to be true. What is it called? Horizontal guardians. Horizontal underscore guardians. So close. Horizontal underscore guardians. So first horizontal, first byte represents. A horizontal guardian should not have a color attribute of 0 or 255. Setting a horizontal guardian's attribute to 0 removes that horizontal guardian. Setting it to 255 terminates the sequence. Okay, so set color attribute to 0 removes the horizontal guardian. Okay, so for draw horizontal guardians, I'm going to say if g.attribute equals 0, continue. Because we don't want to draw that horizontal guardian, and hopefully that gets rid of that dodgy one up in this corner, and that fixes that. There we go, that's fixed that. Okay, and then if I put that back to room 0, let's make sure we still have our other horizontal guardian. There we go, still got the little weird tinker toy, I don't know what that is. Matt, what were you thinking? Okay, we need to fix Manic Miner. Okay, so we got fixed for unwanted guardians. So we're getting through this. Miner Willy attributes. Okay, so again, what we want to do is we want to do the same thing for Miner Willy, but we want to get where's our draw items? Draw items. Draw items. Okay, so we want to do this thing again, but we want to add the attribute for Willy, and the attribute for Willy is actually 7 for the ink, so he's relatively easy. So I'm going to go here. So fill attribute is whatever m attribute ink. Okay, so I want to do that, and then instead of get key, I want to do get ink. And I don't have data here, so I'm going to pass in data here as well, room data. And then it's going to be, it's just enemy, it's going to be M and M. And then I'm going to pass in the attribute. And I also need to pass in data here. So data. Yeah, let's be consistent. So let's make sure all the data comes at the very end of things. And then fill attribute. Fill attribute annoyingly does not take that sequence there, so I'm going to create one, and I'm going to do fill attribute, and it's going to be x, y, and then it's going to be this is width, height, and then that's going to take a zx attribute. Width, height, and then it's going to take in the ink color, so that's going to be attribute dot get ink dot ink, attribute dot paper, attribute dot bright, attribute dot flashing. Okay, so that saves me doing other weird things in here, so that's going to take that in there. Why is that not? Oh, it's attribute, that's why. That takes that in there. Okay. So we should have fixed Miner Willy now. No. Still black. Because I don't actually want him to be there, I just want him to be 7. So I'm going to cheat. Miner Willy is always 7. Miner Willy is always white on whatever background. we have. So whatever background he has, that's the color that Willie is. All right. Why? 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 He better be 7. He better be, telling you. Attribute is null. Attribute is 7. Okay, that's just weird because these should all be 8, which should be blue, but attribute is, oh no, wait, attribute is F, which is right. So, okay. Attribute is F. So attribute should have ink is 7, paper is white. Okay. So why are you not working? So ink is 7, paper is white, bright is false, flashing is false. Okay. And then ink is 7, paper is white, bright is that. Does not compute. Okay. Is it because it's a different color? Yeah, it seems to be. It's like the attribute doesn't want to, like he should be white as well. So maybe there's something wrong in my Spectrum screen and it's not showing it. Okay, so I have draw sprite. Okay, so if I go to Minor Willy and I go to draw sprite and then we step in through that, maybe we'll find out what's happening at that position, because that is super strange. Okay, so go into draw sprite, draw column order sprite, and then we're going to poke at that offset. So this is going to poke the value at there, which is 6. Pixels. Which is all of this. There's a Boolean value of that, which is there, and then there's a refresh. Late update, and then the attribute ink. Yeah, there's something weird going on with this. Okay, I think that's, I'm going to check that out offline rather than worrying about it in this video. What are we up to just now? Okay, so we're up to half an hour just now. And I think that's probably a good place to stop. Okay, yeah, let's do the collision detection in the next video. So I'll see you then. Bye. Hi guys, thank you very much for watching. This is part of the Video a Day in September 2017 videos. If you liked it or you didn't like it, hit the appropriate button below. Subscribe, so if you hit the little icon over there, then you'll get notified, especially when you hit the little alarm icon. That's the really important part apparently. Then you'll get notified when a new video goes up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.